Every great journey begins with one small, uncertain step. Have you ever looked at successful people and thought they were born with talent? The truth is, every champion you admire started where you are right now, unsure, afraid, and inexperienced. They once stood at the starting line, not knowing if they could make it. The difference is, they chose to begin. Your fear of being a beginner is natural, but it should never stop you. Remember, the first step is never perfect, but it is powerful. Even learning English begins this way. Every sentence you hear, every word you speak, is proof that you are walking the same path champions once walked. The pain of starting is temporary, but the reward lasts forever. Do you remember the first time you tried something new and felt clumsy? Maybe your words came out broken, your hands shook, or your confidence fell apart. It hurts to feel small. But that pain doesn't last. What lasts is the growth that comes from not giving up. Every champion pushed through this stage. They endured mistakes, laughter, and doubt. But once they crossed the line of beginner, they carried strength that no one could take away. When you practice English daily, even if it feels hard, you are building a skill that stays with you forever. Champions are not fearless, they simply move forward despite fear. You might believe that successful people are different because they don't feel fear. That's not true. They feel it too, but they walk with it. Fear never disappears, but courage grows stronger when you keep moving. Think of yourself when speaking English. Your voice may shake, your grammar may break, but if you keep talking, you are already winning. Champions are made not by silence, but by the courage to continue when the fear is loudest. Comparison kills growth, but patience builds it. It's easy to look at others and think, they're better, faster, smarter. But comparison is a thief. It steals your energy before you can even grow. Champions know that progress is not a race against others but a journey with yourself. When you focus on your path, every small victory counts. Reading one story, listening to one lesson, or speaking one sentence in English may not feel like much, but it's progress. Be patient with your journey. Every champion was once slow, but patience turned them into legends. Every failure is not the end, but a teacher in disguise. Beginners often quit because of failure. You try once, you stumble, and you feel ashamed. But champions see failure differently. They see it as a teacher. Every mistake points to the next step. Every fall whispers, stand up again. In English learning, every wrong word or mispronunciation is not a sign of weakness but a lesson guiding you closer to fluency. Failure is the reason champions rise higher, because they learn what others run away from. Discipline, not motivation, separates beginners from champions. Motivation is powerful, but it comes and goes. Some days you feel inspired, other days you don't. Champions succeed because they don't depend on feelings, they depend on discipline. Discipline means showing up even when you don't feel like it. If you read or listen to English stories every day, you're building discipline. At first, it's heavy, but soon it becomes a habit. And habits, not sudden sparks of motivation, are what transform beginners into champions. Growth feels invisible at first, but change is happening inside you. Have you ever felt like you're working hard but nothing is changing? That's the hardest part of being a beginner. The progress is hidden. Champions don't become strong overnight. At first, it seems like nothing is working. But under the surface, small changes are building something powerful. When you study English, some days it feels like you understand nothing. But your brain is quietly learning patterns, sounds, and meanings. One day, without warning, you'll realize how far you've come. Champions trust the unseen work, and so should you. Support and guidance turn beginners into champions faster. No champion walks alone. Every great athlete had a coach, every artist had a mentor, every learner had a guide. Beginners often struggle because they try to do everything by themselves. Champions ask for help, accept guidance, and grow stronger through connection. If you're learning English, find support through stories, conversations, or communities. Surround yourself with people who encourage, not those who pull you down. Champions don't rise alone, they rise together. Belief is the seed, action is the water that makes it grow. Every champion begins with one belief: I can. But belief alone is not enough. Action is what makes belief real. Beginners often dream big but freeze when it's time to move. Champions take the smallest action possible, and then another, until their belief grows into proof. When you believe you can learn English and then practice it daily, you are planting and watering your future. Belief without action is a dream. Belief with action is destiny. Time will pass anyway, so invest it in becoming better. Many beginners say, it will take too long. But here is the truth: time will pass whether you try or not. 1 year from now, you can either look back with pride at how far you've grown, or regret that you never started. Champions don't waste time waiting for the perfect moment. They know the perfect moment is now. If you begin your English journey today, the same hours that pass for everyone will work in your favor. A beginner today, a champion tomorrow. The world remembers those who chose persistence over perfection. We often believe we must be perfect to be recognized. But perfection is not what makes champions. Persistence is. People remember those who kept going, who refused to quit, who rose each time they fell. Your English doesn't need to be perfect to matter. What matters is persistence, the daily effort to improve, even in small ways. Champions are not perfect, they are persistent. And persistence always wins. Every beginner carries the same potential as a champion. This is the greatest truth of all. The difference between you and the people you admire is not talent, not luck, but time and persistence. Every champion once stood where you are. They doubted, they struggled, they failed. But they kept walking until they crossed the line. And so can you. Your English learning journey, your dreams, your goals, all of them carry the same potential. You don't need to wait for permission. You already have what it takes to begin. Every champion you see today was once a beginner who felt lost, weak, and unsure. But they chose to begin, to persist, to keep moving forward even when no one believed in them. The truth is, you already have the same power inside you. So don't fear the first step. Don't let excuses or doubt hold you back. Whether it's learning English, building your dreams, or changing your life, remember this: every champion was once a beginner, and every beginner can become a champion. If this message touched you, stay with us on this journey. Subscribe to Tail Crafter English, listen to more emotional and motivational stories, and keep growing step by step. Your beginning today is tomorrow's victory.